Looking back at your prelim task, what do you feel you've learned in the progression from it to a full product? In our prelim task, I struggled with the 180-degree rule, as in our video it was broken. And also, I chose to work with two people who did not do GCSE media, which sort of brought our group down a little bit because they had to go back to the beginning and learn all the terminology, and I had to explain things. So it sort of set us back within the timing and things like that. And we didn't use the 180-degree rule in our main task, so we didn't have the same issue. And also, because we'd had a few weeks learning the terminology and things like that, the group obviously understand now, and I didn't have to explain it within the main task, so we didn't have the same problems. Also, in the main task we use the same groups because in the prelim task we worked really well and we all agreed on the same ideas. We didn't have any conflict within the group. However, we worked better than the prelim task because the communication was a lot better. As everyone in our group are friends, we could text each other whenever we wanted and things like that to arrange the filming. And the filming was arranged really easy because we'd got a date and time set already, and the location we didn't need permission. Also, we learned from making a longer film that the amount of time it takes to edit, even though I did GCSE, at GCSE you don't exactly realise how much work you're gonna have at A level, and the editing takes so much longer. It's like hours of editing, and you don't realise how much shots and footage that you actually need. And even though you're only filming 2 minutes, there's so many shots that you need to do, and you need to try and get as much footage as possible and more than you actually need. Otherwise, if you don't get enough, you're gonna have to go out again and film. And we made the right choice in filming quite a lot when we did it, so we didn't have to go back out and film. And your film needs to flow a lot more than the prelim task, because the prelim task is sort of already set for you and you know what to do, but you need to get your storyboard right and all your transitions right so that you know everything is going to flow. And a lot of research goes into the main task, and it's extremely important because everything included within the film needs to be researched because it needs a relevant meaning. If I was to do the process again, I would probably make the storyline more valid within the opening sequence and show more connotations within the opening sequence that were more significant within the rest of the film and easier for the viewer to pick up, because even though we had connotations of cars and things like that, because we couldn't have access to an actual car crash, you weren't able to see the actual, I don't know the word, the actual, yeah. And I'd probably make a wider range of posts using different parts of technology to make my blog more varied, because there's quite a lot of block texting, but I've tried to use Prezi and I use SurveyMonkey for a questionnaire and things like that, as explained in the post before. However, I enjoyed making our opening sequence, and I believe that our group made a large amount of effort to get everything done for deadlines, and we spent our free time and all lesson time creating our final sequence. From this main task and the prelim task, I have learnt a lot about myself. When completing this task, I believe that I was a good team player when it came to editing, as all of the group took their fair share in editing. Also, I've managed my time to get all work posted for the right deadlines. This will help in the future because when you go to uni and jobs, there are a lot of deadlines that need to be met. And it also will help me with my A2 work, because we also do that on a blog. So although it's a lot different, because in most other subjects you're used to writing on paper, things like that, you need to get used to writing on your blog and filling in everything for deadlines, because dates can be shown on there. So, but yeah, I think it's been good.